Okay, please tell us the name, the organization you represent.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Dr. Illah Obadiah, the Chief Executive Officer of Confidence Building Initiative International, COBI, a non-governmental organization based in Lafia, the capital of Nasarawa State. This NGO is focal in system strengthening through confidence building advocacies and of course promoting the rights of persons in vulnerable societies, Nigeria to be precise. And I am also a criminologist and an academic in Mustapha Agwai Polytechnic, Lafia, Nasarawa State.
All right. Would like you to talk to us, given the organization you represent and what you stand for in your organization. And in recent times, we've seen death sentences passed on erring members of the public by hanging or by firing squad. What's the take of the organization as regards this kind of judgments in the state? The most recent we've seen was the judgment of Oluwatimileyin Ajayi, the convict who murdered his girlfriend Salome Adaidu. What do you have to say about this?
Okay, so capital offenses or crimes are common in this part of the world, and amongst Committee of Nations across the globe, so many countries or nations have taken steps in ensuring that this kind of crime are put under control. Nigeria is among such countries in the world. Section 33 sub 1 of our constitution provides that Nigeria is among the countries that enforce the death penalty. So, why this law is a legal tool in Nigeria? Recently, there has been growing concern about the way and manner the law has been implemented. Particularly, the death penalty has two basic philosophies. You punish an offender so as to deter potential offenders out there. You punish a convict so that you pay him in the same coin. So this have been the key or the cardinal philosophy surrounding the death penalty. But we are concerned about it because we asked, since the enforcement of this law in Nigeria, has it been able to reduce capital offenses? Our law recognizes offenses like armed robbery, murder, treason, terrorism, and so many of treachery, and so many of them as crime punishable by death sentence. Can we say today that this crime have reduced as a result of the enforcement of death penalty? This is the concern of our NGO. And when you talk about death penalty, you are talking about taking a life. And we all know that death is irreversible. When you take a life, you can never bring such a person back. In this part of the world, there have been so many sentences, but I think from 2010 to about 2016, Nigeria has not executed anybody. Most of these people will be sentenced and be piled up on the death row. So, what is the difference between enforcing capital punishment and then giving life sentence to criminals or offenders? So our concern is that Nigeria is enforcing death penalty, but these persons that have been sentenced to death have not been killed. They are piled up in the death row. So invariably we are saying that Nigeria is running life imprisonment and not death penalty. And that's to tell you that even the government is not even comfortable with the law. And our call is that repeal this law and replace it with life sentence. This is the culture around the globe. The Scandinavian countries, for instance, have repealed, some of them, most of them have repealed this country since 1910, some 1933. Sweden, Norway, Finland, Denmark, all these countries have repealed this law long time ago. But have you taken time to check crime statistics in these countries? They are in their lowest ebb. They are in their lowest ebb. Okay, so this is the situation. So it's clear that the issue is the deterrence and retributive philosophy surrounding death penalty is not effective here. And we must know that in this part of the world, most of the capital crimes committed in Nigeria are socio-economic in nature. They are crime committed for reasons of bad governance, poverty, joblessness or unemployment, defeated hope, defeated future hope. People no longer have hope in the future of this country, and so people are pushed to the wall, to commit this crime.
All right, you've spoken very well, but many Nigerians might want to ask at this point. This might be my last question.
Yes.
They might want to ask, what happens to the family of the victims that these persons perhaps might have killed? Because for you to get a death penalty, you probably must have killed someone. So what happens? How would they feel not getting equal justice for their relatives?
Somebody who commits murder has taken a life. Government who sentences a convict to death has also taken a life. So what is the difference between the two? Whether your loved one has been killed before through one of these capital crimes, the government processes the crime and also convicts somebody and kills the person. So the both processes have taken life. So what are we talking about? So the situation is, death sentence is not about the victim. It's not only about the victimizer. It's not only about the society, the government. It is everything about life. You are taking a life, and this person is gone for life. So we talk about development. How do we develop? Do you use trees or some stones or some animals to grow a society or develop? You use human beings. So we continue to take life under the guise of death penalty. You take one day the society will go blind. So this is the situation, and that is why we are proposing that repeal death penalty, replace it with life imprisonment. Government should begin to initiate a judicial process where there could be clauses where the condemned, the convict of capital crime, will be converted into what we call national assets or property of the government, and then open what we call a national farm or a factory and donate these people into these farms. They will continue to be engaged in gainful activity, economic activities that will add value to the country than taking their life, because when you kill them, they are gone. They still have potential. Mind you, these convicts still have some positive energies to dissipate to the advantage of the society. They have only used this negatively. They can be redirected to use it positively. This is, our message.
Thank you very much, Dr. Obadiah. I appreciate for your time.
Yeah.